Hello everyone. Welcome to the second part of carbon and its compound. Organic compound. An organic compound is any member of a large class of gaseous, liquid, or solid chemical compounds whose molecules contain carbon. Organic chemistry is the science concerned with all aspects of organic compounds. Organic synthesis is the methodology of their preparation. Vital force theory, proposed by Burgess, states that organic compounds were obtained straight from nature and there was no known method of preparing them in the laboratory. This theory is called vital force theory, but it was discarded because in 1828 Friedrich Wöhler, a scientist, prepared urea in the laboratory process which was quite opposite to the vital force theory. Wöhler used inorganic compounds, ammonium chloride and potassium cyanate. These two were heated to form another inorganic compound called ammonium cyanate and potassium chloride. Further, ammonium cyanate, on heating, as it is unstable, rearranges itself to form an organic compound called urea. Thus, the first organic compound synthesized in lab was urea. And finally, this discovery discarded the vital force theory. Let us talk about the classification of organic compounds. Organic compounds are basically classified into acyclic, or open chain, also called aliphatic, and cyclic or closed chain or ring. This acyclic aliphatic open chain is further divided into straight chain and branch chain. The straight chain compounds are further divided into saturated and unsaturated. Saturated includes alkanes, whereas unsaturated includes alkenes and alkynes. Similarly, branch chain also further divided into saturated and unsaturated. Saturated contains alkane, whereas unsaturated contains alkenes and alkynes. Coming to the closed or cyclic structures, they are basically divided into homocyclic and heterocyclic. This homocyclic further divided into alicyclic and aromatic. Alicyclic again saturated and unsaturated, as it this carbocyclic compounds resembles aliphatic and therefore the name alicyclic. Clear? And aromatic compounds is further divided into benzenoid and non-benzenoid. Benzenoid means what? Actually, the one which is aromatic in nature. That means benzene, etc. And then monocyclic aromatic compounds are there, and polycyclic aromatic compounds are there. Monocyclic, one of the example is benzene, and for polycyclic, the example is naphthalene. Now, when we talk about the non-benzenoid compounds, some of the example is tropone, tropolone, azulene, etc. Coming to the heterocyclic compounds, they are again further divided into two class, alicyclic and aromatic. Alicyclic again saturated and unsaturated, and aromatic they are unsaturated. Examples are pyridine, furan, etc. Hydrocarbons and its classification. Now, before taking up this hydrocarbon, let us undergo modern definition of organic compound. Compounds of carbon containing usually hydrogen and one and more other elements such as oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, halogens, phosphorus, etc., are called organic compounds. But carbon compounds like oxides, carbonates, bicarbonates, cyanides, carbides, etc., are not organic compounds, and hence they are studied under a separate branch of chemistry called inorganic chemistry. Now, when we talk about the organic compounds of carbon and hydrogen are basically called hydrocarbons, and all other organic compounds may be regarded to have been derived from them by replacement of one or more of their hydrogen atoms by other atom or group. Therefore, we can say organic chemistry deals with the study of hydrocarbons and their derivatives. When we talk about the hydrocarbons, on the basis of the structure, hydrocarbons are classified as chain, that is acyclic, which could be straight as well as branched, and closed, that is cyclic structure. Types of hydrocarbons: saturated hydrocarbons and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbons are the simplest of the hydrocarbon species. They are composed entirely of single bonds and are saturated with hydrogen. The formula for acyclic saturated hydrocarbon, that is alkane, it is a general formula CnH2n plus 2. Unsaturated hydrocarbons have one or more double or triple bonds between carbon atoms. Those with double bonds are called alkenes. Those with one double bond have the general formula CnH2n, assuming non-cyclic structure. Those containing triple bond are called alkynes with general formula CnH2n minus 2. Aromatic hydrocarbons, also known as arenes, are hydrocarbons that have at least one aromatic ring. Hydrocarbons, saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Now, again, here hydrocarbons are the compounds containing carbon and hydrogen. They are basically of two types, saturated and unsaturated. Saturated hydrocarbons contain only single covalent bond between the carbon atoms. Example is alkane, general formula is CnH2n plus 2. You can see some of the examples of alkane. The first member is methane. The second member is ethane. You can see the structure. Saturated contains single covalent bond between carbon-carbon or between carbon-hydrogen. Is it clear? Unsaturated hydrocarbons are hydrocarbons with double or triple covalent bonds between two carbon atoms, alkenes and alkynes. So you can see the example of alkene, that is ethene, and the propene. You can see there is a double bond between carbon, and here also you can see the double bond between carbon. For alkyne, there must be a triple covalent bond between two carbon atoms. You can see the example, ethyne contains triple bond between the two carbon. Propyne, again, triple bond between the two carbon. Is it clear? So when we talk about the saturated hydrocarbon, student, we also include cycloalkanes. Just now we studied that saturated hydrocarbons are basically alkane with general formula CnH2n plus 2. But saturated hydrocarbons can also be cycloalkanes with general formula CnH2n. Some of the example is cyclopropane, cyclobutene, sorry, not butene, it is cyclobutane because it is saturated, so it cannot be. So it is cyclobutane, cyclopentane, cyclohexane, etc. Now, when we talk about the unsaturated hydrocarbon, Including this alkene alkyne, we may also include cycloalkene or cycloalkadiene, and it will also include aromatic compound. When we talk about the unsaturated cyclic hydrocarbon containing one or more double bond, it includes cycloalkene. One of the example is cyclopentene, and cycloalkadiene. Example is cyclohexadiene. Similarly, unsaturated hydrocarbon also include alternate single and double bond. This is basically a special class called aromatic compounds. This include benzene and its derivative. Is it clear, students? Now let us talk about the reactivity of hydrocarbons. When we talk about the reactivity in both saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbon, carbon is tetravalent. That is, it has a valency of 4. Even then, the saturated compounds are less reactive than the unsaturated compounds. You can see alkanes are generally less reactive than alkenes or alkynes. Though alkanes contain CC single bond which is very strong, but they are very, very less reactive. Now, when we talk about the unsaturated hydrocarbons, they are more reactive. The reason is a higher bond angle and the presence of multiple bond. Clear? Now you can see aromatic compounds are more reactive than alkane, but less reactive than alkene and alkyne. You can see the order of reactivity. Alkane, the less one, that is, the order is in increasing order. Alkane, thereafter aromatic compounds, thereafter alkene, and then alkyne. Is it clear? You can see the reason for the reactivity. Alkene, that is unsaturated hydrocarbon, it is more reactive due to the presence of double bond. Okay. Oxidation, that is the pi bond, is attacked by the oxidizing agent. This you will study in your higher class about the pi and the sigma bond. Okay, students, no need to worry about these points. You just go through. Double bond is responsible for their reactivity. Moreover, one more reason I have given, that is the angle strain. That is the higher bond angle. You can know that tetrahedral is, there is a bond angle of 109 degree 28 minutes, but in case of alkene and alkyne, it is 120 degree for alkene and 180 degree for alkyne, and therefore because of the higher bond angle, it is more reactive. Is it clear? One more reason for the reactivity, as the alkenes are more reactive, so they undergo addition reaction. Two substances join together to form a compound containing all atoms present in the original substance. The double bond is transformed to the single bond, substituents are added. So students, here, as we are not having the chemical properties in our syllabus in this session, so no need to study about this addition reaction. Clear? Now you can see the structure of some organic compounds. It also it not only includes saturated but also unsaturated hydrocarbons. We will just see the structure of some saturated as well as unsaturated hydrocarbon. Among the list, the first one is methane. You can see one carbon attached to the 4 different hydrogen atom. Clear? Now, this is a structure of ethene, student, because it contains 2 carbon and these two are bonded by double bond. You can see the um electron cloud, and each carbon atom is attached to 2 other hydrogen atom to satisfy 4 valency. Are you able to understand how it is satisfying? 2 with the hydrogen and 1 each with the carbon. Similarly, this carbon also 2 with the hydrogen and 1 each with the carbon. So this is an example of ethene and it is a structure of ethene molecule. Clear? Now see the structure. It is propane. 3 carbons. Are you able to see the 3 carbons? And carbon, as it is having 4 valency, so it must be satisfied with the hydrogen. You can see the corner one, that is the terminal carbon containing 3 hydrogen, so satisfying 3 valency, and 1 valency satisfied with the middle of the carbon. Similarly, both the terminal satisfied with the middle of the carbon, and the middle carbon, it is two of the its valency satisfied with the terminal carbon, and two is bonded to hydrogen. You can see the structure of propane. It is propane. Clear? Now to see the formation of ethane, ethyne, the single slide will show how the bond formation is taking place. This is ethine. Now see, when there is single bond, it is ethane. When there is double bond, it is ethene. And when there is triple bond, it is ethyne. Is it clear, students? The rest of the valency is satisfied by hydrogen. Though hydrogen is not shown here, but you have to draw in your notebook. Clear? You can see the ethyne molecule. 2 carbon atom bonded with 2 hydrogen. Okay. And the electron cloud you can see around the carbon and hydrogen atom. This is all the real view of electron cloud. Is it clear? This is an example of ethyne, the first member of alkyne family. Clear? See the formation of propene, second member of alkene family. What is the first member of alkene family? It is ethene. There is no such compound like methane. Okay? Make a note. The first member of alkene family is ethene, followed by propene. Prop stands for 3 carbon. So there is 3 carbon. Between any 2 carbon, there is a double bond, which indicates the presence of unsaturation. And rest of the valency of carbon is satisfied with hydrogen. Remember, student, each carbon satisfies 4 valency. Is it clear? Yes, can you tell me what is actually it is? 2 carbons are viewed with 3 hydrogen each. So this is an example of ethane. Ethane, ethane. That is the second member of alkane family. 4 valency. Among 4 valency, 3 is satisfied by hydrogen and 1 is with the adjacent carbon atom. Clear? Now here there is presence of 4 carbon atoms, so it is an example of butane. Structure of butane. One of the member of alkane family. Clear? And here, how many carbons are there, students? You can count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what will be its name? It will be hexane. One of the member of alkane family. You can see how the valency are being satisfied by hydrogen. So how many hydrogens are there? Terminal, there are 3 hydrogens. So altogether it will be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So what will be the formula? C6H14. Clear? General formula is CnH2n plus 2. So you can do it. C6H2n, 2 into 6, 12 plus 2. 12 plus 2, 14. So what is the formula for hexane? It will be C6H14. Clear? Now you can say, see this cycloalkane. Among this, the member is cyclopropane, as there is 3 carbon. So for 3 carbon, it is propane. So it is a structure of cyclopropane. General formula is CnH2n. You can see carbon satisfying its 4 valency, 2 among the carbon and 2 with the hydrogen. Clear? Benzene. It is the simplest member of aromatic compound. You can see the double bond is not static to one position. It keeps on rotating. Because of this, benzene has an electron cloud above and below the planar structure. You can see the resonance of benzene here. See the resonance of benzene. Electron cloud is not located. It is being delocalized. Electron cloud is not located at one position. It is delocalized, so giving such a structure. So it is a resonance structure of benzene. You will study about the resonance in your higher class. Now coming to the next topic, isomerism. What do you mean by isomerism, students? When we talk about the phenomenon, it is the phenomenon of existence of two or more compounds possessing the same molecular formula but different chemical and physical properties. The difference in the chemical and physical property arises due to the difference in the linkage of atoms inside the molecule or due to the difference in the arrangement in space of their atoms in the molecules. So the compound formed are called basically isomers. When we talk about the isomerism, it is basically of two types, structural isomerism and stereoisomerism. The other name for structural isomerism is constitutional isomerism. These are of various types: chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional isomerism, metamerism, tautomerism, ring chain. But student, only chain isomers we will discuss because this only includes in class 10. Rest we will not discuss here. When we talk about the stereoisomerism, it is basically of two types, configurational and conformational. Here it is not visible, configurational and conformational. So when we talk about the conformational, we also call it as conformers. And when we talk about the configurational, it is further divided into optical and geometric. Okay. And optical is further divided into anisomers and diastomers. These all you will study in your higher classes. Students only pay attention to the chain isomerism. Clear? You can see the examples of chain isomerism. Butane. It exhibits two isomers. Remember students, compounds which possess same molecular formula but different in their properties due to the difference in the arrangement of carbon chain present in them. In one of them, the chain may be straight, while in the other, the chain may be branched. Is it clear? So, alkanes containing four or more carbon atoms show chain isomerism. Here we have taken butane, ethane, methane, and propane do not show any isomers. In alkane, carbon with 4 in number. From there we see the isomerism. Okay. So you can see one isomer is straight chain. You can see this. And the other isomer is branched. Branched isomer is also called isobutane. Whereas chain isomerism, that is a straight chain, is called N-butane or normal butane. You can see the isomers of propane. The top one is called the neopropane. Sorry, pentane. These are the isomers of pentane. The first one is called the common name is neopentane. IUPAC name is 2,2-dimethyl propane. Student, this time nomenclature has been excluded from your syllabus. for this session. So no need to worry about the IUPAC name. The common name for this isomer, which is shown at the top, is called neopentane. Middle one is called N-pentane, that is normal pentane. The one which is present in the middle, it is called N-pentane. And the lowest one, it is called isopentane. Top one, neopentane, middle one, N-pentane, and the last one, isopentane. Is it clear? You can see the IUPAC name and the isomers of hexane. First one is the N-hexane, second one is the isohexane, and it is 3-methyl pentane, the third one. No common name for this. And the fourth one is 2,3-dimethyl butane. Here the name mentioned is IUPAC. And the fifth one is 2,2-dimethyl butane. Clear? Now let us talk about the functional group. Functional group is an atom or a group of atoms which decides the property of a carbon compound, and it is called functional group. Only definition and some examples are included. You don't have to go in detail. So there are so many functional groups. Some of the examples are included here. You can see the halo group. Actually, they include all the halogens. Alcohol family, denoted by OH, hydroxyl group. Aldehyde, shown by CHO group. Carboxylic acid, shown by COOH group. Ketone, C double bond O group. There are some more example, only few I have included. Clear? So what is actually functional group? It is the group of atom or an atom which actually determines the chemical property of the carbon compound regardless of the nature and the length of carbon chain. Is it clear? Now, homologous series. When we talk about the homologous series, it is defined as a family or group of structurally similar organic compounds where all the members of which contain the same functional group shows a gradation in the physical and similarity in chemical properties, and any two adjacent members of which differ by a CH2 unit or 14 mass unit. The individual member of a homologous series are called homologues, and the phenomenon is called homology. You can see in chemistry, a homologous series is a series of compounds with a similar general formula possessing similar chemical properties due to the presence of same functional group. All the compounds within a homologous series have the same molecular formula and they have same functional group, whether it is double bond or it is alcoholic group, that is hydroxyl, or it is carboxylic group, that is COOH group, or it is ester group, COOR group, etc., and can be prepared using similar methods. Compounds within a homologous series show gradual change in the physical properties due to increased molecular mass and mass caused by the longer carbon chain. See relative molecular mass also. Okay. Now, for example, ethane has a higher boiling point than methane. A homologous series is a group of organic chemical compounds usually listed in order of increasing size that have a similar structure and hence also similar properties, and whose structures differ only by the number of CH2 units in the main carbon chain. Chemical properties, organic compounds that are part of the same homologous series generally have similar chemical properties as each other due to the presence of the same functional group in the molecules of all compounds in the series. Even though members of the same homologous series generally have similar chemical properties, there may still be trend through the group. For example, as reactivity and the rate of reaction vary with the parameters such as molecular weight. Physical property of the organic compounds that are part of the same homologous series follow trend through the series. The physical property of any particular member of a homologous series depends on its size or therefore its position within the homologous series. A common example of trend within homologous series is that of the boiling point of the members the series. Just now we discussed about the boiling point of ethane and methane. The simplest example of a homologous series in organic chemistry is that of alkane. Alkane consists of carbon and hydrogen atoms only in proportion according to the general formula CnH2n plus 2, where the letter N represents the number of carbon atoms in each molecule of the compound. Homologous series, any of the numerous groups of chemical compounds in each of which the difference between the successive member is a simplest structural unit. Such series are most common among organic compounds, the structural difference being a methylene group as in the paraffin hydrocarbons or alkanes, the normal primary alcohol or 1 alkanol and the normal carboxylic acid or alkanoic acid. In each of these homologous series, the number of methylene group designated by the subscript N may have the successive value 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Homologous series of inorganic compounds include the phosphoric acid, the silicic acid, and the phosphonitrile chloride. These are extra information, student, so don't pay attention much here. Within a given homologous series, the chemical properties of the compounds are essentially all alike, and the physical property vary in a continuous and predictable manner. It is a group or family of compounds which contain the same functional group but have different chain lengths. Two successive homologues differ by one carbon and two hydrogen atom in their molecular mass. Very important to note down. Clear? So let us see some of the homologous series. As you all know that there are many examples of homologous series. One is the alkane, the other one is alkene, next is alkyne, alkyl halide, alcohol, ethers, aldehydes, ketones, amines, ester, carboxylic acids, and many more. But we will include only three here for simplicity and taking the syllabus in account. Okay, so I'll discuss here only alkanes, alkenes, and alkynes. Clear, student? Three homologous series we will discuss here. Now, the first homologous series is alkane family. An organic chemistry, an alkane is an acyclic saturated hydrocarbon. In other words, an alkane consists of hydrogen and carbon atoms arranged in a tree structure in which all carbon carbon bonds are single. Alkanes have the general chemical formula CnH2n plus 2. The alkanes range in complexity from the simplest case of methane to arbitrarily large molecules. You can see some of the members are included here of alkane family. The first member is methane, followed by ethane, propane, butane. Just now we discussed the structure also, the animated structures of these compounds. Okay, students? So please pay attention. The bond line structure as well as the three-dimensional structure. Clear? And the next homologous series is the simplest homologous series is alkene. In organic chemistry, an alkene is an unsaturated hydrocarbon that contains at least one carbon carbon double bond. The word alkene, olefin, and olefins are used often interchangeably. Acyclic alkene with only one double bond and no other functional group, known as monoenes, form a homologous series of hydrocarbon with general formula CnH2n. Alkenes have two hydrogen atoms less than the corresponding alkane. You can see the members of alkene family. The first member is ethene. Remember, student, the first member of alkane is methane, but the first member of alkene series is ethene, followed by propene, butene, pentene, hexene, and so on. Clear? Alkynes, the third simplest homologous series. In organic chemistry, an alkyne is an unsaturated hydrocarbon containing at least one carbon carbon triple bond. The simplest acyclic alkynes with only one triple bond and no other functional group forms a homologous series with a general formula CnH2n minus 2. Alkynes are traditionally known as acetylene, although the name acetylene also refers specifically to C2H2, known formally as ethine, using IUPAC nomenclature. Like other hydrocarbons, alkynes are generally hydrophobic but tend to be more reactive. Hydrophobic means repellent to water. That means having phobia of water. See the members of alkyne series. The first member is ethyne. Here also remember, student, the first member starts with ethyne, followed by propyne, butane, pentyne, and so on. Is it clear?